The 2x2, a base design as old as Rust itself. It isn't the strongest by any means, but its simplicity and ease of use makes it a very popular choice among Rust's players. One of the biggest complaints of 2x2s is running out of loot space and feeling cramped, a big reason why many groups will build a 3x3 instead. So, for the chads out there that need every slot you can get, but don't want to build any bigger, I am here to present a high-capacity 2x2 core that uses low foundations and triangle floors to store 8 extra large boxes in the floor, while also leaving the core open and easy to access. On top of this, I'm using windows to turn the other side of the base into usable honeycomb, storing an extra 4 boxes and 3 furnaces without greatly affecting the raid cost or taking up precious floor space. Of course, it's still a 2x2. There's nothing you can really do to prevent it from being around an 18 to 23 rocket raid for TC and loot. But this is a weakness all 2x2s face and is the trade-off for the quality of life. Let's get right into the build. First part of any base design is getting sealed up quickly. The best part about this build is it doesn't require much extra resources at the start, which can make novelty designs like this unappealing to the average player. The basement compartment and usable honeycomb only require 1200 extra stone when sealing the base up. Of course, you can always leave parts of the base wood until you have the resources, and the base can be built from a 1x1 starter, so this isn't much of an issue. Here's the footprint you'll want to put down. 2x2 honeycomb, but with 2 of the foundations lowered. The first thing to upgrade is the square here on the left, which will be your 1x1 starter. You can upgrade to wood, but if you have the stone when starting, you should upgrade as much as you can. Build walls, floors around, seal it up with a wooden door, and place a TC in the back right corner. You can place down your starter items like small boxes and furnaces in this 1x1, but I'll be continuing on with the rest of the build. Come outside and upgrade the following foundations to stone. On the spot with the usable honeycomb, upgrade these foundations and place down 3 walls all around like this. Seal up the base with 3 more walls and put floors on top. Ultimately, this only ends up slightly bigger than a 2x2, coming in at just over 5k stone to get everything sealed up. Once you're safe, you can place down more starter items. Put down your first workbench on this high foundation next to the door and place down 3 sleeping bags in front of it. Across from that, place a wall down and place down 3 furnaces. You can seal this up with a window, but only place this window once you have all 3 furnaces in place. Next to that, place down 2 large boxes to serve as your first main storage space, and place down floors at half height to make a shelf. Jump up on the shelf, upgrade the back 2 triangles, and place down more boxes. Down below, upgrade these 2 square foundations to stone, and place down a half wall facing you and a wall frame on top of it. Eventually we will place down boxes here, but you will need to upgrade the foundations first, so for now you can place down 2 twig floors so that you can walk around on them in the meantime. At this point the base is fully usable with 3 furnaces, a workbench, sleeping bags, and enough main loot for the first hour or so of wipe. Of course the TC compartment is still empty, so let's fill it up with some boxes. Remove the door in front of the TC and place down a large box as far to the left as possible. Place down a barbecue with the lid facing into that box, and place down another large box right next to it. You can place a small box underneath the barbecue and then 2 small boxes in front like so. Come outside and place down a half wall with a floor facing into this wall. You can use this to place down a wooden shelf. Hop up onto the shelf and place down a large box like so. You should be able to fit 2 large boxes here, but it may take you a few tries. You'll need a proper entrance so that you don't get door camped. Come outside and upgrade the 3 triangles here and place down a wall, window frame, and then a door on the end. Place down a single door airlock going into that, and then a double door frame here. On top of this, you can place down a door and 2 windows facing out, which will cover the space in front of your door, allowing you to shoot down at any door campers. Place down 2 single metal doors in this single door airlock, and then a door on the top facing outwards. Place down metal embrasures on the top floor and window glass on the bottom floor. Replace all wall frames in your base with garage doors. In total, this is 5 garage doors leading to the TC on the first floor. For the TC room, you may have to remove a small box or 2 to be able to place down the door. Of course, you'll need a way to actually get up to the roof, but this can be easily fixed with a ladder. If you don't have the BP, you can place down a furnace here and use it to jump up, though that's a little bit janky. However, if you do have the ladder hatch BP, a good thing to craft once you get a tier 2 workbench is a triangle ladder hatch to go right here. You can open this up to form an additional airlock with your front door, which is a nice feature to have. Now, time for some upgrades, and you can't really ignore this step because there's a weakness in this base design over a regular 2x2. These triangle foundations here, if picked out or blown up, give direct access into the core of the base. This is obviously not good, but it's an easy fix. You can upgrade these foundations to metal, but honestly I would upgrade them to high qual. Once they're upgraded, you don't need to worry about them getting picked out, especially when they'll be covered up with honeycombing. There's only 4 of them, so it's 52 high qual in total. This is definitely where I'd spend your first armored upgrades. Place down 2 more metal foundations in the gaps between these. We're going to upgrade the core 2x2 walls. For the square next to TC, it's perfectly fine to leave this metal, but I would upgrade it to high qual eventually. The back TC compartment should be upgraded to high qual. From the inside of the base, upgrade the TC square to armored and the square next to it to metal. Come around to your airlock and upgrade the wall facing into the TC to armored. For the usable honeycombing, you're going to want to upgrade this all to metal, as well as the triangle next to it leading into the base. This is how the base should look with the upgrades to the main walls. On top of this, we're going to add some honeycombing. For the first floor, we're going to put down a layer of metal honeycombing with floors on top. For the outer one wall, you can leave this stone. One extra upgrade that you need to make in this design is placing down some extra foundations around it to make sure that raiding through the foundations is not a weak point. Once the foundations are upgraded, we can place down some extra boxes in the core. Get rid of the twig floors, making sure to pick up any deployables that you may have placed down, and place down a box in the corner. You should be able to fit another box in the other corner, and then go around in a circle, placing down 4 boxes. However, the 4th box is pretty hard to place, and I haven't managed to get it consistently every time. This is fine though, since 2 small boxes will fit down here just fine. Alternatively, you can place down 2 boxes like this, and then place a small box and a drop box for a different layout. On top of this, place down 2 triangle floors. These will still allow you to walk around while being able to crouch down and loot the boxes whenever you need to. If you really need some extra space, you can place down drop boxes in the center of these walls like so. On top of these 2 triangles, you can place down whatever deployables you'd like, but I would place down at least 1 locker in the main core. You can place down extra stuff in front of that, but I just went with 2 bags to keep it simple. The second floor of the base we're going to turn into a bedroom with lockers so that you can easily gear up and get back to the fight, or at least stand a chance of defending yourself against an online raid. First thing to do is to extend that chute up 1 more floor. Place down triangle floor frame and walls on either side and a door facing the center. Place down a wall frame, and all around we're going to place down metal walls. Place down a stone wall and door frames to section off 2 bedrooms. In these bedrooms, you can fit down a bed in each corner and a locker opposite of that. In the space between the bed and the locker, you can fit down 3 small boxes, which you can use to store meds, ammo, or special things like grenade launchers and incense rockets. In the empty space, we can fit down 3 more lockers, as well as 2 more beds and more small boxes. Alternatively, you can use this space for additional loot rooms, but with the base already providing a ton of storage on the first floor, you probably won't need to. Seal up the 2 bedrooms with regular doors, not garage doors, as these are better during an online raid. Make sure to seal up the chute with an extra single door, and then go around and place down a layer of stone honeycombing around the second floor. With the second floor done, the core is pretty much complete. This is just a core, so you're free to add a shooting floor, or a roof, or continue honeycombing, or add a layer of internal peak downs. Whatever design you prefer, you can build on top of this core. One last thing you'll probably want to do is place down some shotgun traps. You can place down 2 or 3 facing the door here to mow down any Beach Hills wannabes. You probably want one on the roof entrance as well. And with that, the base and this video are done. If you're wondering why I've uploaded a 2x2 tutorial in 2020, apparently this video was necessary. A certain YouTuber, whose name I will omit, posted a very bad 2x2 design yesterday focused on a similar concept, high-capacity loot storage in a 2x2. But the execution was subpar and a bit amateurish, so I designed this base while thinking of a better design, and then decided to spend the 2 hours making a quick vid because why not? It can certainly prove helpful to some people. Anyway, make sure to do the whole subscribing thing if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.